Now this second TV show I saw, if I remember, it was History Channel's Modern Marvels, and it was talking about water. And one of the things it mentioned, first of all, it was pretty fascinating because there's all these what they call anomalies of water. One of these anomalies was what they call surface tension. And I thought about that in context of my notion that there could be some kind of a water-based plasma in the atmosphere. And I kind of came up with a little pseudo-principle, I guess you would call it. And that is, okay, you have this surface tension. Now, if there's some way in the atmosphere that you can maximize the surface of water, it would seem logical that you would also maximize its surface tension. And if you maximize its surface tension, maybe this explained the plasma that I saw as being part of tornadoes. So that notion really made sense, though, when I kind of put two to two together, because one of the aspects about tornadogenesis, one of the realities of it, causal realities I should say, is this notion of wind shear. And specifically we're talking about wind shear between two bodies of air that are going different directions. One being relatively moist, usually down low, and the other one being relatively dry, and usually the moist one is warmer and the dry one is cooler. And they're either going at cross angles like this, or they're even going directly against each other. And then I thought very carefully about how that cross angle might might maximize the surface area of any water that's in that warm, moist air. And the only thing I came up with, well, you know, first of all, just the fact that there's two bodies of air clashing, that does kind of suggest that there's energy there with respect to causing something to happen with the water molecules. But it didn't really seem all that sustainable, you know, it would just be on and off. It didn't seem like it was the kind of energy that would cause the existence of a plasma that has some stability that could form a cone. But then I thought about it a little bit longer, and I said along that surface, on a molecular basis, if one is dry and the other one is moist, those droplets in the moist part are going to start spinning. And if that continues long enough, that spinning is going to get faster and faster and faster of those little micro droplets in the moist layer. And as they spin, maybe there's some way that they would elongate into kind of a polymer, really, kind of like a thread of water. And you know, if you imagine this happening to trillions of molecules, might this explain the basis of my putting together my notion? Might that explain how the surface area of H2O is maximized in a sustainable manner? And might that allow for the formation of this plasma based on the notion that if you maximize the surface area of water, you maximize the surface tension?